2-minute talk-throughs, My Last Duchess by Robert Browning. Hello, I'm Mr. Corfey from the NET English Director Team, and in this session we'll be analysing Robert Browning's poem My Last Duchess with some brief context, an overview of the narrative, and some in-depth analysis and interpretation. Now, Browning was a Victorian poet who seemed to enjoy writing quite dark monologues, diving into the psychology of sociopaths, like in his other poem Porphyria's Lover, which you could also read at your own leisure. So in this poem is a duke showing off his works of art to a guest, and he spends a long time discussing a painting kept behind a curtain of his last wife. He explains how she displeased him in that her looks went everywhere, and so he gave commands for her to be murdered. He then explains how there should be no problems with him now marrying this guest's master's daughter, since he has money to pay. So this poem's a monologue where we only hear from the Duke, and this could perhaps suggest his narcissism and his self-centeredness, since the other person doesn't get a chance to speak. He also objectifies his late wife with the possessive pronouns my a lot, and even describes his next wife as his object. The death of his wife is constantly alluded to, with details like the flush on her throat and the use of caesura to symbolise the sudden end to her life. So the text message for this poem appears to be the corruptive nature of power, making it a great companion to the poem Ozymandias, and perhaps Browning is also criticising the androcentric nature of society, meaning how men have dominance and women are often objectified and belittled. So some key quotations would be the following: the faint half flush that dies along her throat, which alludes to her execution. I choose never to stoop, highlighting the Duke's arrogance. I gave commands, then all smiles stopped together. My object, and notice Neptune. Thank you for listening.